In this lesson, we'll be talking about coordinate rules for translation. At the end, you should be able to identify the translation, whether it's going up and down or left to right, and translate a figure without drawing. So the segments that after a translation, they're all the same length, they have the same slope, and they're parallel. So if I were to draw a segment from B to B prime and A to A prime, those segments would be exactly the same length, same slope, and you can see that they are parallel. So to change without drawing it, if you want to go left or right, you have to add or subtract to the x. If you want to go up or down, you have to add or subtract from the y. So you can see in the rule here, xy, it goes to x plus 1, y. That means it's going right 1, because right is positive, left is negative. In this one, this says x stays the same, but y is minus 2. That means it's going down 2. Up would be positive, down will be negative. So for example, if I have this triangle that's translated 3 units to the left and 2 units down, so it's telling you point A, the original image is at negative 2, 3, point B is at 4, 0, and C is at 2, negative 5. To make this translation of 3 units left and 2 units down, we would subtract 3 from the x and subtract 2 from the y. So point A, if I subtract 3, so negative 2 minus 3 is negative 5, and 3 minus 2 is 1. 4 minus 3 is 1, 0 minus 2 is 2. 2 minus 3 is negative 1, and negative 5 minus 2 is negative 7. This would be the points for my new translated triangle. So looking at this figure over here, we can see that the prime is the red one. So this is our pre-image, the R, and this is our new image. So we can see that it has moved to the left and up. It is a translation. So how many places did it move left? Well, we can count them, or we can say it went from 4 for our x to negative 1. That means it moved 5 places. How much did it go up? Well, if I look at my y value at R, it's 3, and it goes up to 5. So that means it's up 2. So my rule would be x minus 5, y plus 2. So in the table, it says complete the original and after the translation. So the original is the one without the prime. So A is at 2, 1, B is at negative 6, 4, and C is at negative 3, 2. On the second one, the one with the prime symbols, A is 6, negative 2, B is negative 2, 1, and C is 1, negative 5. So let's see if we can find the pattern. Let's look at the x's. From 2 to 6, that's plus 4. From negative 6 to negative 2, that's plus 4. From negative 3 to 1, that's also plus 4. So the x changed by adding 4. Let's look at the y. From 1 to negative 2, that's minus 3. From 4 to 1, that's also minus 3. From negative 2 to negative 5 is minus 3. So my rule is x plus 4, y minus 3. So let's see if we can find the correct direction. If I start at 1, 1 and it says x plus 4, that means the x value I add 4. So 1 plus 4 is 5. So 5, 1. If it says x minus 5, I go to the x value, 1, and I subtract 5, which would mean it's at negative 4. If I have y minus 4, that means I'm looking at the y, and that means down 4 places. So then it would become 1, negative 3. If it says y is going up 3, I start my y is at 1, I go up 3, and it's now at 1, 4. So we're looking at these ordered pairs, and we're saying, okay, what changed? The x's are different, but the y's are the same. So I changed the x, that means it's going left or right. In this one, the x stayed the same, they're both 4s, but the y changed. So it's going to go there. In this one, y is the same, x is different. In this one, x is the same, and y is different. In this one, the y is the same, but x changed. That means it slid right. In this one, the y stayed the same, but the x stayed the same, but the y went from negative 1 to negative 3. In this one, The y is the same at -6, but it went from 3 to -1. That means it went left. This ordered pair, the x is the same, and the y went from -6 to 7, up and down. So here we're given the rule that says x plus 4. So that means the x, we have to add 4 to it, and the y stays the same. So 3 plus 4 is 7, and y stays the same. This one, 2 plus 4 is 6. Y stays the same. -9 plus 4 is -5. -5 plus 4 is -1. In this one, over in the blue one, you can see that x is the same, but y is -3. That means it went down 3. So if I change my ordered pairs, the x stays the same, and 7 is -3, which is 4. This one, x stays the same, -1 minus 3 is -4. X stays the same, 4 minus 3 is 1. X stays the same, -6 minus 3 is -9. So a move left and right means we add or subtract to the x. A move up or down means we add or subtract to the y.